And welcome back to the flannel panel. It's a short stack today, just a couple of us, but it's going to be a good one because Troy, you're pretty tuned up already, aren't you?
I've been doing my best to pregame. Yeah, I'm ready to
Pre-game.
go.
What does pre-gaming look like tonight?
Well,
Look at the size of that pour.
yeah, that's my
Jump. Is that
third
a
or
jump
fourth
clap?
pour.
Third or fourth?
Yeah,
Goodness.
I gotta tell you, I'm into something that I've not been drinking. Like I'm drinking Old Overholt
Okay.
114 tonight.
It's got some proof to it too.
Well, yeah, I like my proof, but little known fact: Patty's maiden name is Overholt.
So
So,
Patty's your wife for those that don't know, right?
yep,
Patty's the lucky missus.
yeah, tell her that she's lucky.
Yeah. We got Nat here. Nat is having a blast in Kentucky. And Jason's got to work, so he's feeling all the oh, there he is right there. Jason's got to work, so he's feeling all the feels tonight. Nat's in Kentucky schmoozing and boozing or something like that all
Looks like
over. And
she's killing it in Kentucky.
I would expect her to. She's got that
Yeah,
personality to go in and have some fun. And James is here too. And Michelle, what's going on?
I'm
Jason,
surprised so many people are on because I don't think we really even like advertised. So
maybe
it's nice,
people like us. That's good.
sweet.
Yeah, we got so the boys are busy tonight. Jason's working. He does that every once in a while. That's right. Uh, Nat's at the Bourbon Women Symposium. Symposium? Oh, maybe that's
I think that's Greek for we drink a lot.
yeah. That's awesome. Yeah, she's gonna have a blast, and we're gonna have her on to recap that in the next couple weeks, which is gonna be a blast. So we'll get Jason and Nat to hang out and throw a flannel on. Andrew West is here. I was bugging Andrew West the other day, and he kind of ghosted me after I said, "Hey, you gonna jump on the panel?" And he kind of ghosted me. But I know he's got a busy week coming on too.
Like panel shy.
Yeah, maybe that's it. Yeah, maybe intimidate. Well, maybe he knew you're going to be so tuned up, and that's
I'm,
intimidating right there.
that's the problem with trying to pregame. You don't know when to start. And I may have started a little bit too early. So
Well, so what were how you had three hefty pours of old
I had
overhaul?
three fingers.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I overdid it.
Well, it should be a fun one.
I'm
When
sorry.
for those of you watching, when Troy gets in tease mode, lots of fun happens. So,
Yeah.
so we'll
I
see.
apologize.
It may be cut short because tease gets a little offside, but we'll see what happens. Yeah. So yeah, you had a couple rough days and but you had a couple rough days at work and then a couple good days based on the smoke shack.
Oh yeah, things are coming along. I don't know. Yeah, people haven't probably followed along, but I was redoing my garage, adding like a porch and things for like my smokers and grills and things. It's gonna be like the ultimate, like a little man porch and smoke area. But right in the middle of that, we had a big storm and a giant sycamore tree came down on my garage and it crushed the whole thing. So we have this week we've replaced all the trusses and roof, new metal roof this week, and new siding, and we're like 80% rebuilt. So part of my problem tonight was I was sitting on the porch
Feeling it.
pre-gaming
Yeah, you
a
were
little too
feeling
early.
it.
Yeah, but
Uh,
yeah, I was excited.
Will's asking a question here. How many fingers am I holding up now, Troy?
Just
Not sure
one.
if that here. Not sure if it was a play on words, and Conway will love that. Just the two. This should be fun. And based on that little
Yeah,
gesture, Conway's probably laughing.
I,
Did you see that poster he threw in the text thread or a
no.
text thread? Maybe we'll save that for when Corey's here. I think Corey will like that one a lot too. Conway knows what I'm talking about, but he ordered some fun posters. We'll get him on and actually have a chat.
Yeah, we need to have Conway on here
We
because
do,
he's
yeah. It would require planning, and I think I've dropped the ball on that, but soon enough. Yeah. So Corey's got some big things happening at his place. He's might be having another person hanging out with him for a little bit. So
oh yeah.
yeah, I'm sure he'll get some I'm sure we'll get some good content coming from Corey and Lex, but we'll let him tell him about that. But Casey logs in and instantly gets flipped off by Troy, and that's fitting. That's
You
fitting.
know, Casey is in Ohio this week, and all he is doing is bitching about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm sure he'll I'm sure he'll have something to say about it. Yeah.
He didn't fill out the paperwork before he entered the state. You know, I didn't approve anything.
That's true. You were at the town hall meeting earlier too, weren't you?
Yep.
Yeah. You're getting him kicked out.
Yeah, we're gonna. He's not. I don't know. He's not our kind of people.
Oh, Will's poking the bear.
Finley, Finley. Casey's up in northwest Ohio, Finley, Ohio, which is about 10 minutes from where my daughter goes to college. So I would like to say it's a nice part of the state, but it is not. So yeah, I don't know what Casey's doing up there, but he needs to leave immediately.
He says it's Ohio and he loves you anyway. We know that, Casey. Casey's the best.
Casey texted me earlier in the week or maybe last week, wanted to know how far away I was from him. And when I told him 3 hours, he acted like that was impossible. Like Ohio wasn't that big. I'm like, yeah, sorry, dude. But like he wanted to get together, but it's too far.
It's Finley, apparently.
Yeah.
Oh, and Conway's throwing some shade. Casey travels with his own espresso machine. You can't trust the guy doing that. I'm not sure. You know what? I'll say I was very thankful for that espresso machine at Whiskey Weekend Batch 4 because Casey definitely saved the day with some coffee, and we needed that.
I don't know what time that coffee was served, but I missed it like every day. So it must have been like early.
Well, somewhat like tonight, you definitely got served at Whiskey Weekend, and it wasn't coffee. It wasn't coffee. Lots of whiskey, right? Speaking of whiskey, I'm not drinking whiskey tonight. I switched it up. I got some tequila going on.
What?
Yeah, tequila. That was in the title. Do you ever see the title, or you just jumped on the
StreamYard
app? Yeah,
I don't. Yeah, I don't follow our thread.
You don't. Okay.
So not only is it not bourbon, it's not Canadian. It's tequila.
Yeah, tequila. It's tasty. Summer drink, low proof. All the stuff you love.
I'm disappointed on like 4 levels right now.
It's delicious. Yeah, you got to try some. You know who likes tequila? It's just actually it's a cheap one. It's Jose Cuervo Tradicional or something like that. But it's not bad for a really cheap tequila. I don't mind this one.
So does tequila rank like above or below like rum? Because I know a lot of guys are into rum right now. So is that like Casey likes rum?
So does
Would
Andrew
that
West.
be
Andrew
worse than
West
Casey or better than Casey?
Oh, I think we need Will to chime in on this. Better or worse than rum? I'm not sure. I'm not a rum guy. I find it too sweet. I know there's the fancy stuff that Casey will probably be chirping about in the chat, and Andrew West too. They like the Foursquare aged stuff, but I haven't got into that too much.
I've never seen any of that in Tuscarawas County. So
yeah. Oh well, I'm drinking tequila tonight, which is fun. It's different. Will says it's different, more peppery, 100%. But I enjoy it. It's kind of a nice change.
I mean, how did this start? Did you lose a bet, or you just kind of wandered into there? And
so the first tequila I ever had, the first tequila that I ever had was Don Julio 1942, which is like it's esteemed or whatever. The Rock drank it before he had his tequila kind of thing. and it was at some random bar, and somebody ordered it for me, and they were all taking shots, and the guy was trying to be a baller, and he's like, "What's the most expensive you got?" and all this stuff. So I get it, and I sip it. I'm like, "Don't you dare shoot it!" And I like grabbed all their glasses and dumped it in mine, and didn't
Oh,
let them take the shot. And I was like, "No, I enjoy this. Like, let's not do that."
oh,
So
they
that
were
kind
wanting
of
to do shots, and you were wanting to,
yeah,
yeah.
that kind of started the tequila interest for me because it's really sippable. I really like it. That said, cheap tequila not great, but some of the higher end stuff is nice. It's just different. I like throwing in a little wrench in the spokes or
And
whatever
I
the
guess I don't.
statement is.
You've got tequila and the mezcal. I don't understand the difference.
I think mezcal smoky. I haven't tried that too much. I'm just branching out. I knew it kind of pissed you off, and you were in the mood to be triggered tonight, so
Yeah,
thought it'd be fun.
I don't know why tonight is the night you wanted to drop that on me right now.
Well, just the two of us.
I mean, it doesn't even make sense. I mean, they don't even have mezcal in Canada or
Well,
tequila.
they can import it.
Yeah, I guess so.
Like, I don't think it's native to America either, is it?
No, we don't drink that up here.
Oh, look at Casey. Look at this guy. Speaking of wrenches, I'm gonna say, don't forget to like and follow these lovely people. These lovely people.
I'm so happy Casey's on here.
It's a special thing. Maybe that's all he can do in Ohio.
He's in some lonely hotel room in Findlay, Ohio right now, eating Outback Steakhouse leftovers, watching the flannel panel.
With his espresso machine.
Yeah, drinking Americano.
All I want, Will says, all I want right now is more trail bologna. How do you say that?
Trail bologna.
Bologna. Okay.
It would look like bologna,
Yeah.
but yeah, you get a little bit of Ohio on it, and it's bologna.
Gotcha. Bologna. Yeah. So I posted on Instagram the other day, a big day. I had a job promotion, I guess you could say, and Monday was the start of that. So I was looking in my like liquor area. I'm like, what am I going to pour? It turned out to be Kentucky Owl batch 1 rye. One of the like special bottles that I purchased years ago. And that was kind of like a special pour for me. So those in the chat, what would be something you would pour for a big milestone? I think Will just had one recently with his daughter. But what do you think, Troy? And those in the chat, what would you pour for that special milestone or something like that?
Yeah, I've got some bottles. I don't have anything super fancy, but like in my mind, I keep thinking like I need something fancy for like when my kids get married or something fancy, you know, and I really don't have anything, but I think I've got 2 Kentucky Owl rye. I think these are batch 3s. So the first one I didn't drink because Dixon signed it for me. So I've got a second one now. So I've got one ready to go.
Nice.
But I've got a nice like a Jack Daniels the limited rye they did a couple years ago. One of those.
Oh, cool.
But yeah, I'm kind of pedestrian on my fancy whiskeys.
Yeah.
But
Wild Turkey 101 will do.
I got a Weller 12 up there, but you know, to me that's like a limited. I won that in the lottery.
Yeah.
I know Grease drinks them all the time, but yeah, that's what I've got. So
it's true. Will says he poured some Old Forester birthday bourbon from 2017 for his daughter's 5th birthday on Monday. And that's great. I think you do that. He posted on his Instagram. If you're not following the podcast on Instagram or any of that, please do. But he posted that, and that's awesome. You did that with your wife. That's great. I got full time, so I've been teaching at the college for the last 3 years on a contract base. So I was able to go for an interview over the summer and got full time. So it starts now, which is kind of like the dream job or whatever you'd want to call that for me. So it's a big deal. I started on Monday, so I'm pretty happy. Things are going well right now. It's been a long, busy summer, but things can even out now. So I'm stoked.
So like next year you'll have the summer off.
I will have the summer off. Yeah, it's
and we start kicking ass and bossing people around, kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Well,
like,
sure.
You're in my parking spot. You need to move that car right now, kind of thing.
Yeah, that's I definitely will start doing that.
Do you know who I am?
Yeah, I'm the newest guy. Yeah,
Yeah.
get out of my parking spot. Andrew West is WLW is my special occasion pour. Yeah, or anytime someone wants to try. Andrew's awesome. He throws samples around like crazy. What a great dude. Yeah, I'm stoked and thank you, Nat and Casey. It's been it was a weird career change and it turned out well. So I'm pretty stoked. It's a lot of fun. Never thought it would happen going from dirty mechanic or grease monkey or whatever you want to call it to teaching. It was a kind of a weird process, but it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So,
As soon as you learn how to say process, we'll have you ready to go.
process. Yeah. Well, this is perfect, Troy. Yeah, I said out earlier. I'm surprised you didn't call me out on that. Yeah.
It's just too much pressure just being one-on-one. I can't nail them all.
Nail them. Yeah, that's true.
I feel like, I need a third guy to like buff me a little bit.
There's some jump claps there, maybe, or I'm not sure where you want to take that, but yeah. So anybody else got a fancy pour that they would throw out there in the chat? Nat's been throwing some stuff in the text thread lately that everything looks great there.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I'm so proud of her. She's like rocking the whole damn conference.
Casey says, "Figure it out, Troy."
Figure it out.
Yeah. And Will's happy. That's good. That's great. I'm glad we can bring joy to people's lives.
I'm gonna be honest. I wish I was 20% less drunk right now. I would like to, if I could, I would tone it down.
Yeah.
I wish. Yeah.
Is that the proof that does it? Because if you drank like 90 proof, you'd be 20% less drunk right now.
I just feel like I thought I have 1 hour, and I think I had one drink too many in the hour. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I peaked too early.
Or you're peaking right now.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like advanced math. You know, I didn't carry the one.
Troy is nothing if not a humbling experience for everyone. He will keep you honest. That's true. That's Will would remember this. Whiskey Weekend Batch 2. That's one of the best memories I have of Troy. He walks into a room with a whole bunch of people and, tries to make some friends and kind of, well, you tell the story.
I don't feel like I tell the story very well, but I walked into the room. It was like the parlor of the Beaumont Inn, because that's where all the whiskey was. I went in for another drink, and I was just like trying to mingle, and I'd seen some of these people online. I didn't know them. I was just trying to work my way into a conversation, and nobody wanted anything to do with me. So I just grabbed a pour, freaking got out of there, and I came back out on the porch, and somebody like, "Hey, did you meet anybody?" And they're like, "Nah." I tried to talk to them, but those are not my people. So drank that drink, and then I don't know why, but we didn't have any whiskey on the porch. That was the problem. So 6 minutes later, I need another pour. So I go back in the parlor, and that time I can't remember who I talked to, but I worked my way into a couple of conversations, and half hour later, I come back on the porch, and Grease is like, I don't know. I just kicked open the door. I'm like, I made an impression.
That was the best thing. We were all sitting on the porch. You come out and you're like, man, those guys in there are not my people. You had to go get another whiskey. And the next thing we see of Troy is like the doors kind of flying open, like Kramer-esque, arms in the air. I made an impression. It was awesome. I loved it.
Yeah, I made some best friends in there.
Yeah, that was fun. Some people from all over the world. Oh
yeah, that lady from France is still my best friend.
That lady from France is definitely your best friend. Ashley and Mark, that was fun. They were great people. So Nat saying maybe my new Old Forester single barrel strength would be her special pour, which I think is awesome. Casey's dropping some big one. I like to end my night with Dusty Elijah Craig barrel proofs. They are my sleeper fancy pour. I like anything Elijah Craig barrel proof so far that I've tried. So
Don't you think being at Casey's house at the end of the night would be magical?
like heaven. Yeah,
Yeah, he's got like so much stuff.
I don't. We don't even know what he's got.
No.
He's a magical kind of guy himself. Yeah,
Yeah.
and however you want to take that. Conway saying William Heavenhill, the original, has a strong emotional connection for him. So, well, I guess is that like the
Is that
purple
like
bottles or
the purple and
the
maybe
purple and
silver
orange
green
ones?
with the
Yeah, yeah, like the original. I'm not sure, but all right, Jason. Let's see what he's got. He's. I feel bad for Jason. He's at work, not having the best night, and he's wishing he was here chatting about this stuff. But I have 2 bottles that I consider my celebration bottles. Highland Park, the dark and the light. Got one at the distillery in Orkney, and the other was a gift from Nat on our first anniversary. That's such a cool set too. That's Scotch. So Troy's gonna be triggered
Damn it,
again.
Jason. First of all, did he say he has 2 bottles? And I think that's just one.
Well, no, that's 2.
All right, the Highland Park.
So there's
what's the
dark
other
and the light. Highland Park
one?
two. It's a 2-part special release.
Well, that's 2 strikes because they're both scotches.
Even though they have a ton of sentimental value.
I mean, I love Jason, but sometimes I think he says stuff like that just to trigger me.
I think he really likes Scotch.
Last week when he was getting the masseuse walk on his back, kind of what he goes to a hairstylist. It doesn't make any sense.
Well, he's a fancy man.
Where do you get your haircut?
At a barber.
Yeah.
Where do you get your haircut?
At a barber. I didn't know there's another option.
Apparently, there's hairstylists.
Yeah. When I was a kid, my mom used to cut on the living room floor. You know, I mean, shit.
With a bowl?
Oh yeah, it was not good. It was not good.
Yeah.
It's America. I got married.
I believe it. Connor was saying the white label, so the original, I guess, and it was 225 bottles. That's awesome.
Wow.
He will love he goes to a hairstylist. It doesn't make any sense. Yeah. No, so what's the disdain for Scotch and tequila and rum and Canadians apparently tonight?
Me? What's my disdain? I just feel like I joined like a bourbon group, and then I swear to God, all we talk about is either Pop-Tarts, barbecue, or Scotch. I mean, I'd give you $5 if you'd show me a bottle of bourbon once in a while. I mean, the whole group went to shit.
So we have a text thread that's fairly fun, and Troy gets triggered if there's no whiskey pictures in it because everybody's throwing up these, and now it's shoes. Dustin's throwing up these shoes.
No, seriously, what's the deal with the shoes?
I like them. You don't like them?
Well, here's my thing. My foot was always too wide for Nikes when I was a kid, so I have 0 Nike memories or anything. So, yeah.
So you feel discriminated against?
Yeah, it's like double-edged sword. Like, not only do I not care, I'm also a little bit offended.
I see.
You know what I mean?
I see.
Like it's like a fat guy joke or something.
Yeah. So yeah, it's now it's Jordan's food pictures, which you got to admit. Like, I'm gonna try and make you admit this. Food's not a bad thing.
No, I love food. Look at me. Yeah, I love food.
Like, goodness, you ribbed Casey for it, but man, that looks good.
Yeah, but did you see the picture that Casey put on last week? He had this.
I know where this is going.
What he put, like, this big old steak, but he had something called microgreens on it.
Yeah,
that's just being a little bit of a douche.
You know what I mean? What are
the steak's good enough? The microgreens. No one's eating those, Casey. Those are just.
They? Did he grab them from the lawn? Like,
yeah, it's like garnish. I don't know. It just.
Do you eat them or do you like throw them out after?
You don't eat them. Nobody eats those. Yeah, that's just like he was on the wrong text thread. That's all I'm saying.
Maybe. Yeah, I'm not a microgreens fan. I like large greens. I would eat like a broccoli or something like that.
I mean, maybe when he grows up, he can get a full size green. You know what I mean? I mean, get when his baby teeth fall out, he can chew up real greens. I don't know. I'm just saying.
That said, that steak, not only would we like to hang out with Casey and have some pours, but he could definitely cook us some food.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So what would the meal be? What would the meal be that you would go if you could go anywhere right now, or if you could have Casey cook you a meal?
All right. Yeah.
Would there
I
be
would let Casey
microgreens?
cook
Would
me.
would there be microgreens on it?
No, there'd be
Would
no
it be
microgreens.
crusted in like what is his favorite strawberry pop tarts?
Yeah. No, I would let him cook me some sort of the steaks he cooks look awesome. You know, like a nice
Yeah.
like ribeye steak or one of those. What are those steaks he gets? Those the wagyu. I
Oh
don't.
yeah, he
I've
gets the
never
fancy
had
stuff.
one of those. Yeah, but all I need is a steak and some sort of potato. And if you want to throw a Pop Tart on the side that happens to be blueberry, then I'm good. But I don't
Yeah.
need microgreens. I don't need freaking arugula.
I
I
don't
don't know.
mind arugula. Yeah, I think I would go with the tacos. Like I've seen him do some of these like
Ooh.
taco things with the steak on it, like
Yeah,
or whatnot. Like that stuff looks awesome. Been a big taco fan lately.
I'm all the time texting him asking for advice on how to cook something. So he's helped me
Mm.
a lot, but I'm like level 1 and he's like level 20. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, he's advanced and you're
I'm
novice.
years behind him. Yeah.
Yeah, completely. Coffee crusted wagyu sounds delicious. And what's Jason got going on? I have a friend that supplies most of the restaurants in Salt Lake City with with microgreens, Frog Bench Farms. It's an awesome operation. Are they small? Are they like I don't know how to take this.
Yeah. So, when you read that from Jason, do you find that
Well, I think
informative
he
or does it piss you off?
what do you mean?
Well, it kind of makes me irritated a little bit, like along the same lines of his freaking hairstylist and
Stylist. I thought,
freaking
yeah. Well,
masseuse.
maybe he's a friend because he sits beside him at the hairstylist. Is that it?
Yeah, I
Or
don't
would
know,
only
but I mean, I I don't want to because Jason's the nicest guy I know, so I don't want to be mad at him all the time. But God darn it, he irritates the hell out of me.
the farm is huge. Huge.
Oxymoron. There's a huge microgreen farm. It's like a driveway.
Yeah, it's actually the front lawn. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's uh so microgreens. What else don't you like, Troy?
Well,
I feel like this might be like a get
oh,
off my lawn kind of moment.
all right. Can I tell you something? I
Yeah.
was gonna save this for later, but here's a couple other things that irritated me last week. In the last couple of weeks, I've watched a lot of like TV series, and I watched Peaky Blinders,
Okay.
uh, Peaky Blinders, and shit. What was the other one? I'll think of it in a second.
No, you won't because
Gosh, dang it!
Casey's gonna
What was
trick
I watching?
you again.
Oh, I can't remember. But anyway, I keep watching these TV series, and I think it's like the final season. So I watched the whole last season, and you get to the end, and it's not the end. It's just like, oh, you know what? Next year we're gonna do a freaking movie. So
Mm.
when Stranger Things. I watched the last season of Stranger Things. It just came out last month. I just got around to watching it. So
Yeah.
the whole time I'm watching it, I think it's the last season. I'm going to get answers to all my questions. I get to the end. Nope. We're going to do one more year. These kids are 27 years old now. You know what I mean? They're not in middle school anymore.
Just ended already. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. I just want some answers.
Well, we have an answer, and Casey grows his own microgreen broccoli.
I've never hated anybody more than I hate him right now.
And he's in Ohio. He could have brought you some.
My daughter is 20 minutes from him. I'm
Yeah.
going to text her and have him TP his Airbnb.
I'm gonna throw it out on the internet that I'm gonna
Yeah,
text my daughter to
take a picture.
vandalize something. This is great. Yeah.
Soap the windows.
Yeah. Just wear a mask, honey. We haven't
Did you
promoted it
guys
anywhere right now.
is that something you did when you were a kid, soaping windows?
Soap the windows?
Like around Halloween, like you go around and you would take a bar of soap and you would just like paint somebody's windows in with the soap.
No.
And then they gotta go wash all their windows. It's like a pain in the ass
So you
kind of
did
thing.
like you did half the job for them. You soaped the windows.
We lubed it up and they had to do the rinse. Yeah.
Gotcha. Interesting.
Never got one thank you letter.
Never.
Nope.
No, never did that. But don't put shaving cream on glass. That's a bad thing.
Oh, I don't know that.
You
What happens there?
stains it or something. It was pretty bad.
Really? I know
Yeah.
Patty teaches kindergarten, and at the end of the year, to like clean all the tables and stuff at the end of the school year, they bring shaving cream in and spray them on all the tables, and the kids rub them around. And that somehow cleans all the tables. But you're saying on glass, no bueno.
I don't know. I had a buddy do that on the back of a car. So it was back window of a car, and it just like embedded the statement he put on the back of his friend's car for a while. It wasn't the best. So, but you're just using like ivory or like Irish string,
whatever little bar of soap you can
that
find.
seems like a lot of work for Halloween.
Yeah, we really didn't have anything else to do.
Gotcha.
But we would go out like every evening and just up and down the street, and anybody you half did in the lake, you would soap their windows. And I think on the text thread, I think we talked about. I hate to get into this tonight because we'll never explain it, but corning people's houses.
Yes, this term scares the crap out of me. But what is corning?
So we would actually run up and down the streets with pockets full of like dried field corn, kernels.
See, that's not where I thought I was going. Yeah.
Yeah. And you would just throw them at people's front doors, and it just makes a hell of a racket when it hits their front door. And people come running out, and you're.
So we did that with snowballs. Like, is it the same sort of thing?
Yeah, probably, okay.
But you use corn. Does the corn like spray everywhere, or is it just like?
Yeah, just like imagine like a screen door or a storm door, like a metal door.
Yeah,
it just makes a racket,
because there's just corn everywhere.
Yeah,
gotcha.
It was harmless. Sweep off your porch and no harm, no foul. But when I was a kid, my dad, he had grudges against some of the neighbors. Okay. So instead of just like the harmless little corning the neighbors, there's like this lady down the street has been a real pain in the ass all year. So we're going to throw eggs at her house this year, which I've learned is a bad thing because it ruins paint and things like that. So anyway, he would like draw out a map. All right, guys, you're going to go down this alley. You're going to egg her house, but don't run straight home. You got to circle around the block so they don't know where you live. You don't let them follow you home. So he would have his egg in the neighbors' houses and stuff. And we're 12 years old, and so we weren't all in jail. Yeah.
So hold up, but your dad's the ringleader.
He was the ringleader, but he just stayed at home base, and he just sent the 8 neighborhood kids out to do his bidding. You know what I mean?
Oh,
about drop that.
Yeah, don't drop that. It's Patty's whiskey.
One more time. That's her maiden name, Overholt. Yeah. I married an Overholt.
There you go. Where is Dave and JJ? It's Whiskey Wednesday.
Dave was wanting to come over tonight and do a little drinking on the new porch, but I was unavailable.
You were tuned up already.
Bad day at work. Town council meeting did not go well.
Yeah.
And here I am.
Here you are in all your splendor. I love it.
Yeah.
So you were nervous to jump on and chat, the two of us, because you're self-proclaimed not the conversationalist that you think you are, but you've definitely proven yourself
That's why I'm so drunk tonight. I
Is that why?
overdid trying to, yeah. It reminds me of that time when Will was in Ohio and he came to visit me. It's been probably 2 years ago, but he came down here to the basement and hung out with me for an evening.
Yeah.
And I was so nervous about him coming that I probably overdid it that night too. So by the time he got here, I've already three sheets of the wind, and so it probably wasn't the best impression, but I I just don't feel like I am. Nobody wants to hear what I have to say. So if I get drunk enough, at least I will talk a little bit.
I think you're wrong. I think a lot of people want to hear what you have to say.
Well,
Yeah.
we'll see.
It's good. All right. We have some business to take care of though.
Okay.
MavRiff. Let's
All right.
talk. Let's talk about MavRiff.
That's
'cause
going down.
I'm excited about this.
All right. So that is ready for pickup on Friday. JJ, you know JJ. He's
JJ.
going down Friday morning by himself. Just anybody that doesn't know, JJ is my lawyer friend, and he's supposed to be in court, but that court date got canceled. He didn't tell his secretary, so he's taken it upon himself to drive to Kentucky, pick up that barrel and 31 and a half cases of whiskey and drive it back to Ohio.
31 and a half cases of
It
whiskey.
was a record. I don't know if it's a record, but it's a big yield.
Wow.
The yield was so big that after we already paid for the whole barrel, they sent us another bill for $1,000.
No way.
So we've got bottles.
So how do you feel about that?
I wish it was a lighter barrel. No, I don't know.
I'm pretty sure this thing's going to sell like crazy because
Yeah, I've had a lot of interest. I've already
yeah.
talked to a lot of the guys and I've moved a lot of bottles. So I think we'll be okay, but it was surprising. But so Friday it'll be in hand. So I'm excited.
That's awesome.
For that.
What's the proof on it? It's I think it was 108 or something.
108.1, I believe.
Oh, that's perfect.
Which I think is right in the wheelhouse. Like I think that's right where you want it. It's like good for the boozers and good for the new guys, and just kind of something for everybody.
I love that proof point. It's so good. I haven't had any new riff. Well, that I remember anyway. Maybe I was. Oh, I had some of that malted rye. At Whiskey Weekend. I don't remember much of that. I have yours that I have to open still, the last pick, but I think I'll do those together. And I'll have to get a few of these. Casey wants to just pick his up on the way back through.
Well,
I don't know if Casey will
maybe
stay in there long enough.
If he's coming through on Saturday, I will have it.
Yeah. And I think Andrew threw up something earlier. Andrew West he really wants to get to Lexington and hang out with Casey and Eric. I think that would be awesome. We got to get Whiskey Mutant back on here at some point too.
Oh yeah, he's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So anyway, if anybody wants a bottle, I think I have a couple left over. So message me or text me or something. But
yeah, at Flannel Panel Streams on Instagram, Troy takes that, so he'll get the message. If you want the new riff pick, throw it out there. The sticker is incredible. Corey worked with you guys, and
stickers are on their way.
Yeah, definitely fitting for the year of the Top Gun Maverick. Looks awesome. So last week we didn't run anything because everybody was kind of MIA. But I had a pretty fun evening. JP Wiser's, which is one of the largest Canadian distilleries, was running an event. So my buddy Dave, who was on here a couple weeks ago from the Bro Laws, or when Northern Proof was around, he's like, "Hey, I got this invite to go to this event. Do you want to come?" Or he said I had to come, which was great. I was in. So we jump into some Ubers and drive down to the city. They rented this log cabin in Toronto, which is pretty cool, with this great backyard. And then they had this cocktail making class. Now it's just, they only had Weiser's Deluxe, which I don't recommend buying. It did make some pretty decent cocktails, but still it's cheap Canadian whiskey. But man, they went all out. We had this crazy cocktail making experience, and if you want to check out the Brolaws, he made a couple videos on Instagram and everything like that. But then the dinner, they had this barbecue joint called The Joint, and brought it over, or catered it in, and we had like ribs, steak, chicken, the whole 9 yards.
Jeez.
It was awesome. Yeah, so I got this. I got treated by my buddy, and it was a lot of fun. So that was cool. And the campaign is kind of neat too. They're doing it. It's called Wisely Done, and it's just drink how you will. And I was like, man, Troy would fit in so well here right now because it's just drink as you wish. He'll just take the bottle and chug it probably. And I like cheap Canadians right up your wheelhouse too, right? Your dad's a Black Velvet guy.
Oh, Black Velvet. Yeah.
Yeah. So
That's
yeah,
where
I
I cut
thought
my teeth.
it was a lot of fun. Really cool experience. Not the experience that Nat's having in Kentucky right now, but it was fun.
And I didn't know where exactly you were. I didn't know if you're over, if you went to like Windsor Way or where you were, if you
No,
were in Toronto. So,
just in Toronto. Yeah, it was cool though. They catered it out and rent. So I guess this place in Toronto, which is really nice, they don't. It's not an Airbnb, but they rent it for like movie shoots and stuff like that. So you can rent it by the hour. So they're like, we got to be out by 10:30 because these people want to come home and go to bed. And I'm like, wow,
oh my gosh.
this is like, this is timed pretty serious here. But yeah, it's pretty neat though. Really fun experience, and I was glad to get that opportunity.
I would think if I had rent out my house or whatever, I just plan on coming back that night. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, I completely agree. I wouldn't want to walk into well, and Dave. So this like everybody's kind of it's drink how you want. So they got some construction guys, but most of the guys are dressed nicely and whatnot and all this stuff. And then Dave walks in, he forgets his shoes, so he's got slides. Your sandals with socks on. He's walking in like that, and it's Dave, so he doesn't care. And at the end of the night, I walk up to him like, "Hey, Dave, surprised your shirt's still on," not realizing he was that deep into the cocktails
Oh,
we were making. Next thing I know, I look over and he's got the Weiser's apron on that they gave us, and that's about it. And he's dancing all over the place. So at that moment, it was Ubers were called, and he was told to tame down a little bit, but he definitely had a lot
wow.
of fun. So
So he
yeah,
made an impression.
he that guy, you and Dave will be making an impression together one day.
I can't wait to meet Dave. Yeah.
Yeah, good guy, great guy. All right, it's just the two of us, but do you have a just the tip?
Well, I have a little bit of a tip. I mean, I wanted to, we already talked about the whole MavRiff coming out. So yeah,
Yeah,
let me know if you want a bottle. But,
I do.
and I'm always worried
I
about,
want a case if there's one. Yeah,
oh, yeah.
I just got to worry about the border.
Yeah, that's
I
another thing.
mean, I
How
don't
am
have to worry about the border. There's nobody watching
I'm just
us,
going to
right?
drive it right up there to Canada and give it to you.
All right, let's do it.
So I always worry about giving these just the tips because I feel like I'm stepping on your toes. But I don't know if I know you're a big fan. Is it Jack Carr that wrote the terminal
Yeah.
list? So I'm a big fan of the Pat McAfee show, the
Okay.
podcast. So Jack Carr was on Pat McAfee yesterday.
No
So
way.
I don't know if you heard that. Yeah. So it's a pretty good interview. And they're like, super big fans of, the whole movie and books. But yeah, he was very interesting to listen to. So if you're interested, check out Pat McAfee yesterday. So yeah, Jack Carr on, and it was pretty good interview.
That's cool. I love the Jack Carr. I love his podcast. I just really enjoy anything he's into. He just seems like a solid dude that, everything seems good. Level head on his shoulder and like veteran to the T, right? Like,
where's he from? Is he? I mean, do you know?
He's in Utah. He's near.
Oh,
His home base is near Jason and Nat in Salt Lake City, I believe.
that's pretty cool.
Yeah. And Casey loves Jack Carr. I agree. We got to have him on and talk about the Terminalist series because I know Casey was a huge Terminalist fan. And I know it was your tip, but the book, The Terminalist, in my opinion, destroys the TV shows. The TV shows are great. I love them. But the book just it elevates it a little bit more, a little bit different in some areas, and definitely goes into more detail. I'm a technical guy though, so he goes into like really technical gun terms and like bullet grain and all. Like it's really neat.
Yeah.
With what he talks about in the book, and they can't really do that in the show. So yeah, big fan of that.
I haven't listened to the book, but after hearing the interview today, I thought I might watch that series again just to revisit.
Yeah. Did you watch The Gray Man on Netflix?
Yes,
I like that
too.
series too. Again, another set of books that I've been reading, but The Gray Man on Netflix is awesome. I think that was just a tip a little while ago, but
yeah,
I don't really have one. Oh,
no tips.
Well, what could I what could I recommend? Oh, I do have a tip actually. If you're in Toronto, which I don't know if any of you ever will be, the Steam Whistle Brewery is in the old train station in Toronto. So they retrofitted the train station. They have like German sausages, like bratwurst and whatnot, and they are incredible. So to go into the food side that Troy's going to hate me even more for, but these like bratwurst sausages are just incredible, and it's right downtown. So the CN Tower's like right beside you. We were at the aquarium with my daughters and whatnot, and then jumped over there. The sausages incredible. So get yourself a good brat or whatever that looks like.
All you gotta do is go to Toronto.
Yeah, come on up. Do you like fish? You love fishing, but do you
I
like
love
fish?
Yeah.
Do you like aquariums and all that stuff?
Oh yeah.
We went to Ripley's aquarium here, and it was a lot of fun. The kids like it, and there's like huge sharks swimming all over you and whatnot. And so you're walking through the tunnels. It was really cool. So big fan of aquariums and whatnot.
Nice.
Yeah, that's pretty much it for the tips. Yeah, what else you got? Anything?
Well,
we did 46 minutes so far.
That's pretty impressive. Seeing
believe
how
that?
I don't remember any of it.
All right, so we did our special pours, and if you're watching this after the fact, in the comments on YouTube, what is your special pour? Throw that out there. I think mine's going to be that Kentucky Owl Rye Batch 1. That kind of leans to the Dixon Deadman, the podcast guys, and all that stuff. Those, it's more sentimental than expensive or anything like that to me, and it means a lot. But what is your pour? Throw it in the comments. Check out Flannel Panel Streams on Instagram. Troy's going to be selling bottle. I mean, he's not going to be selling anything on Instagram.
Yeah, just let me know if you like whiskey.
Yeah, and you like MavRiff stickers. But check that out at Flannel Panel Streams on Instagram. And then next week, I think we're going to have a full house, hopefully.
Yeah, a lot of big stuff planned.
Yeah, so Corey will have some new developments of what's going on with him, and I'm sure he'll be he'll have some content based on the next.
I think we need to get Conway on here too.
We got to get Conway on soon. So, yep. Well, until next time, everybody. You want to do it? Until next time.
Stay buttoned up.
All right. Cheers with tequila.
Tequila. Oh my God.